viewers, my name is Akintayo. I am the pastor of the Place of Restoration, a parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, based in Islington, London, in the United Kingdom. It is my honor to present to you the Open 7 Reflections today, based on the Open Heavens Daily Guide written by Pastor E.A. Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Our topic for today is Another Chance, and our Bible passage is taken from John chapter 8, verses 1 to 11. But Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. Now early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came to him, and he sat down and taught them. Then the scribes and the Pharisees brought to him a woman caught in adultery, and when they had set her in the midst, they said to him, "Teacher, this woman was caught in adultery, in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what do you say?" This they said, testing him, that they might have something of which to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground with his finger, as though he did not hear. So when they continued asking him, he raised himself up and said to them, "He who is without sin among you, let him throw a stone at her first." And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Then those who heard it, being convicted by their conscience, went out one, beginning with the oldest to the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Jesus had raised himself up and saw no one but the woman, he said to her, "Woman, where are those accusers of yours? Has no one condemned you?" She said, "No one, Lord." And Jesus said to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." Our memory verse is taken from the book of John chapter 8, verse 11. She said, "No one, Lord." And Jesus said to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." And now to our reflections. Romans 8:1 says, "There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit." Our memory verse says that Jesus told the woman, "Neither do I condemn you, go and sin no more." This means that it is the will of God to forgive, not to condemn. However, in order for there to be no condemnation, the individual must go and sin no more. They must remain in Christ and walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. To condemn means to sentence someone to a particular punishment, especially death. In the case of the woman in our Bible passage, she was to be physically put to death until Jesus came to intervene. When Jesus told her he would not condemn her, he was no longer talking about physical death, but spiritual death. Jesus came to redeem us from the spiritual death and separation from God. Apostle Paul was re-emphasizing this to the people in Romans chapter 8, verse 1, when he said that being in Christ means redemption from spiritual death. This means that the punishment that should have been yours has been paid by Jesus, and you have a second chance. Don't waste this second chance. Remain in Christ and walk in the Spirit. Our prayer points: Father, forgive my past misdeeds. Give me another chance to live my life for you. Thank you for watching.